The flooding in Wisconsin right now is about to get a whole lot worse as the river level is about to rise to a catastrophic 10 foot. It's absolutely historic what's going on in Wisconsin right now. It's flooding everywhere. And when I show you what happened right before all these floods started, it's going to blow your mind and put it in a whole new perspective. It goes so much deeper than just a Red Sea and a moon behind the statue of Lucifer. There are certain places where there are people trapped in their cars. And again, we're not even at the worst part yet. 8 foot is the highest the river's ever gotten, and we are going to be at 10 foot at the time of the crest. At the top left, you're seeing someone's live while they were watching all this come up to her house. Even the lightning was acting strange during the credits top left. This is real time and really how many strikes were going on in Wisconsin, the same exact place. Yes, just yesterday we were talking about this abnormal lightning going off 5-10 times a second. But see, right here, we're at a turning point. We've seen 20-25 states absolutely historically flooded. So the question we need to ask ourselves is, why is all this happening? Is it normal? If you say it is, your head is buried in the sand and you've never looked outside in your life. Now get this part, the craziest part. I've been showing you guys all the revelatic fires going on in Turkey, taking over the whole entire country, burning down houses and everything you can think of. We also have the Red Sea turning red, very symbolic, a very strong parallel. And while all of Turkey burns, especially in Asia Minor, where the churches of Revelation were in the 1st century that were destroyed, we have earthquakes going on in Turkey at the same time. And to top it all off, just yesterday, once a year, the August moon will go right on top of the torch of the statue of Lucifer. If you don't get bad omen vibe when you're looking at this, then it's something with you. Look, the entire earth is falling apart. 1 in 1,000 year floods happening every day in multiple states and multiple countries every single day without missing a beat. What do you think all these plagues of locusts and all these disasters are for? The earth is being destroyed. Do you even know what 2030 is? Or the steps between 2026 to 2030 and what they believe 2030 outcome is? I really don't like to be the bearer of bad news, but it's not getting better. It's going to get worse. And to top all of it off, the whole entire earth thinks we're heading to peace and safety and peace among all nations. Regardless of the method of all the things going on, this right here seems like to be a stark reminder that this age is coming to a close. This is happening right now, and just wait. I'm telling you, just wait until you see what I have to show you. So Turkey has just happened to be on fire for 2 or 3 months now. The worst fire in Turkey's history. I don't know why it would take months for them to find out a way to put the fire out or to have other nations help, etc. But it's just outrageous what's been happening in Turkey. And it's pretty crazy because the areas on fire are the areas where the churches in Asia Minor were from the book of Revelations, the one that were destroyed in the 1st century. And also Greece is still on fire. Specifically a few weeks ago, a place about where the Church of Corinth was actually on fire as well. All of this that we're seeing is extraordinarily symbolic if you really, really think about it. Especially this one, if you know what I'm saying. Now this part is 1000% unrelated, not relevant whatsoever, just a really cool find. I came across this media presentation that Turkey did on one of their news channels of what Turkey was going to look like in the future. They said in the future it would have parts of Greece, Bulgaria, northern areas of Iraq, Cyprus, and Syria. And I actually found it because there was a very weird cloud formation in Turkey a few months ago. And I told people to look at this cloud and just to pay attention to Turkey in the future. And no, I'm not talking about the one that was very similar to the cloud that was in Cape Town before the major flooding came. Although it was very similar to this one. And guess what? India is still flooding. I showed you one a few days ago when they were flooding, when they were making news for other stuff. Coincidentally, not relevant whatsoever, Russia is flooding at the same exact time that India is flooding. It's weird, everyone's looking for the end of the world, but somehow they're missing what appears to be the end of the world. Let me know what you think below. Have you all been noticing how suspect the weather has been in the United States and very close to the last few days? What you see in this video are literally what they say metallic objects flying through this storm in Florida. At the same time, what you're seeing above that is real time. That's how much thunder and lightning there was. Here's 2 more glimpses of the thunder again in real time. And I've noticed the thunder here, it feels very, very strong. Like the earth will shake with the thunder like 100 times more than usual. And just a tiny bit south of us in Mexico, this isn't floodwater. This is literally hail. And it's not just in Mexico, we've been having crazy hail in the US as well. You know, stuff like this used to be rare. 1000% are relevant, not related whatsoever. In 2009, the History Channel had this special, and they called it, wonder what they were talking about, right? Unrelated again, these clouds are showing up everywhere, and they're even showing up on radar. Pretty wild, right? It's even crazier that it's happening in multiple places at the same exact time. And again, they show up on radar. How wild is that? Wonder what that could be. And meanwhile, just unrelated as usual, of course, we have someone drawing 6s, a whole bunch of 6s in the sky. With what? Who knows? You know, if I walked out my house or looked out the window and I saw a bunch of 6s, I would be a little bit worried, not gonna lie. And you know, at the same time, we're having an unusual pattern of earthquakes in Tennessee, making the Weather Channel talk about it. But the question remains, what's making the lightning act this crazy? And also, what were these things popping up in the storm in Florida? No, they're not birds, they're not particles or nothing else. The people there said that they were metal. I didn't, they did. At least it's never boring here. 3 weeks ago, I told you guys to watch Ukraine. Now the same thing's about to happen to Israel. Y'all are not even gonna believe how weird this is, but remember, I've been watching this stuff for a long time. So about 3 or 4 months ago in Ukraine, there was a plague of locusts, and I told you guys about how the same thing happened to Saudi Arabia, and shortly after it was flooded, right? Well, can you even guess what just happened? Ridiculous revelatic rain started hitting Ukraine and flooding a whole bunch of it. Some parts are really, really bad. You'll see why I brought up the other country here in just a second. Ever since I made the video about the locust plague, I've been watching Ukraine because I knew it was coming, because history always repeats itself. And if you're watching this on TikTok, they're probably gonna take it down because they don't like when I call it the future. Can't even count the number of videos they've taken down. So now, like clockwork, we have a literal plague of locusts invading Israel. Right now, over the last few days, as we speak. Could anyone guess what may be the very next thing to come? And maybe not, but a few weeks after. If I had to guess, maybe something like this. This is Morocco right now. You know, Morocco, India, all over the place is flooding. And if you think all this flooding is bad and all this locust is bad, just wait for the correlation between mosquitoes and floodwaters. And this part right here is going to blow your mind. Out of all the places in all the earth flooding right now, what is the very one place that has not been flooding? Can you guess it? Is this place? Wild.